What's going down? Coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Boss Life Secrets, which can be found on Amazon.com. It's going down, man. Another Sunday in paradise. You know, we out here, man. We out here. 10 toes down. You know what it is. Like, share the video. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. You know, I'm on the East Coast. You know what they say but the East Coast. East Coast is the best coast. Oh, man. Just after 5. It's 64 degrees outside. Man. What up, Jordan? Another Sunday in the ATL. Still here. But I won't be here forever. Yeah, about time to move on. Been there for 9 years. I think I've seen enough. I think I had enough. I had enough, man. What the heck? I hate these shirts. They got that hard tag on the back, man. What up, DMR? What's going down? Yeah. Oh, I just saw your message on Instagram yesterday, DMR. Hey, you said you wanted to ask me something. Call up. Yeah, call up right now. Yeah, call up right now. Yeah, call up right now, DMR. 800-315-8203. Yeah, call up right now, bro. Yeah. 77 degrees in Arizona. I thought it was always kind of warm out there in Arizona. It's desert land. It's always hot out there. That's what I thought. I could be wrong. I've never been out there. I've never been to Arizona. Like not even to visit. I've never been there. Period. I heard Phoenix and Scottsdale was all right. They say anything else, don't go. They say don't go any place else besides Phoenix and Scottsdale. So, damn, is that bad? Oh. Damn, what happened? Yeah, call back. I don't know what happened. Call back. The phone went out. I don't know what happened. Yo. Yo. What's going down?
And how you been, man? What's up?
Good, man. You?
I'm good, man. So at home, man, sipping on a little Bacardi, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yo, yeah, I wanted to ask you this, man. Have you ever been to Puerto Rico before?
Nah.
Nah, you haven't. Yeah, I'm trying to book me a flight right now to fly down there in January, man. I want to go down that joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I've heard some good stuff about Puerto Rico. I mean, I ain't heard nobody say nothing, you know. This is the regular shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like new, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but everybody I knew that went down there had a good time, you know.
Yeah. Hey, yo, man. Yo, I just want to ask you this, man. Look, um, I was at a bar. Well, I was at this pub last week, right? And I was sitting down there at the bar, right? So these two white girls came in, right? So the girl on the right hand side was right, checking me out. Her girl was too. So I'm sitting there for a minute. Right? So these black chicks walked in, and they were sitting like kind of on my left, but the two white girls were sitting in front of me, right? So I was trying to get the girls in front of me attention, the white chick, right?
Uh-huh.
So the black chick was like speaking to me, but this girl was like, man, this chick was eyeballing the hell out of me, right? I'm feeling like, hey. So the black girl started talking to me, right? So I'm like, yeah, I'm this and that, talking to them. So they said, so what you like, they asked me, am I right, single or like married? Single, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm single. So the girls were talking, oh yeah, the first girl said, yeah, I got, I'm a single mom, I got 5 kids, I only got 4. I'm like, damn, it's like I'm always running into these bros, man, that got like 5 or 4 kids.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I never could find a chick that's single, man. It's crazy. It's like, damn. So then the girls left, like the 2 months, white girls left and shit. But the girl was on me. I'm like, damn. Right? I was gonna try to right step to her, but the thing was the girls blocked my joint. So I'm like, damn, but it's like I'm always running into these chicks that got 4 or 5 kids, man. I don't know like, why that is.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, where you be at? Where you be meeting them at?
Well, I'll be at the like stores, like sometimes I'll be at this supermarket, Walmart. I'll be at the like they got like this spot not far right from my house. It's like a bar and a bowling spot. So it's like every time I'm somewhere, man, I'm meeting these chicks, these black chicks. They got like 3 or 4 or 5 kids. And they all like 48, 49. I'm like, come on, man, I can't find none 30, 35 years old. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go places.
So I don't know if
you gotta go places where the younger women are at. That's all.
like where that is.
I mean, you live in Delaware, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that area well at all. So, you might have to go to the next town over. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. That's a kind of small town, right?
Yeah. Well, Wilmington, it's a small town. It's not really. It's like.
How many people there?
Many cities.
What's the population there?
I mean, with folks coming in from Philly, New York, Chicago, DC, it's probably up to a good 400,000 now, though. You know what I'm saying? it's not a real. It's it's not a real small spot. It's
That's
a
lot.
small like city.
Well, that's a lot of people though. 400,000 is a lot of people.
Yeah, man. But it's like, yo, man. It's like, look, I'm 49, right? I look like I'm about like 30 years old.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, it's like, yo, I'm not going to stand for no chicks, man, that go through a 14, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got hold up. You got friends that's out like in the other towns, other areas.
Yeah, well, I'm not friends like up in New York and spots like that.
There you go to New York.
Yeah, I love about it, man. I'm saying that, bro, because down here, man, yo, it's like everybody that I'm running into, they older chicks. It's like every time I go, so I got 3 kids.
Yeah, stay away from the older women, man. They got too much baggage.
I'm trying to, I'm trying to, man. It's like I'm always gravitating towards.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not wrong. You know, I run into old chicks all the time, but I ain't trying to hang out with them. I ain't doing that. Yeah, I'm cordial or whatever. I'd be like, hey, you can come to the cookout or whatever, something like that. But I ain't gonna be no one-on-one.
Right. Okay. Yeah, man. So I'm thinking about going down there though, probably in January, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, all the restrictions should be gone by then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So, hey, yo, have you ever been to DR?
Nah, not yet, boy. I'm looking forward to it.
Nah, yeah. I was down there on the resort. I was there in 2013, and
how was it?
I was outside of the resort. Nice, man, nice.
Yeah, I gotta go to the Brazil and Colombia first before I go to the DR.
And
yeah.
Man, I thought about trying to go there Colombia, but the only thing about that is I don't really know folks down there like that, and I'm like,
shit.
Oh,
I don't know nobody down there either. I just know a couple guys that be chatting with online down there. That's it.
Right.
I'll take it. Right. They'd be like, yo, when you come down here, man, just get at me, bro. And that's it. Yeah.
Hey, yo, have you ever stayed in the Airbnb?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I done it.
Do you recommend those rather than a hotel though?
Sometimes. It just depends on the area. Like
right, okay.
Sometimes yeah, if the Airbnb is close to the action, I'll get the Airbnb. Yeah. Some like resorts usually be like secluded by itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's how it is when I went to Panama 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I was at this joint in Panama, and the resort was like all the way out. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them be like that.
Yeah, so it wasn't like it was in DR, the resort was right in the right town.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when I went to Cancun last year, Cancun was like there too. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I said yeah. Yeah, man. So I just thought to ask you that, man. Like, ask you why am I always attracted to chicks? Yeah, you just gotta go places where younger chicks at, bro. That's all. Go to like events, local events. If you go to like local events, older women are not gonna go there. The local events, not like that. Nah, they ain't got time. They ain't got time. They got kids. right. You like go to like Could be any type of business function, like conferences or something like that. Maybe you're trying to learn something new, and you can, if you're trying to learn something new, you could go to a conference and meet some younger women there. They'll be up in there for sure. Places like places where people are trying to empower themselves. You know, older women ain't really trying to. Older women ain't really trying to change, do nothing different. Nah.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, yo, I want to ask you one more thing. This is gonna be my first time, right? Trying to see if I can. I'm planning on going to Puerto Rico in January, but I want to ask you, can I actually book a flight now for like January?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Airbnb?
Man, I don't know about that. I think that might be a little too far out when it comes to Airbnb.
Right.
Yeah, I think that might be a little too far out. You know, I think the longest I ever booked Airbnb was like 3 months. That's the longest I ever went. You know.
Oh, really? Okay. So you think I should actually book my flight first, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Have fun when you out there, bro.
I am. Yo, do you get your super channel?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, bro.
Peace.
See you something.
All right. Peace.
All right, sure. All right, bro.
He said Puerto Rico was allowing people to come there and set up business tax-free because of the hurricane. I don't know if they're still in effect. I don't know either. I heard about that years ago. You said you didn't know my man was that old. Oh, shit. Would you purchase sexual activities from overseas women? Nope. I wouldn't do that here in America. I'm not a trick. I was taught to spit from the dome, spit from the mouthpiece to get at the women. I wasn't taught to flash the cash. I wasn't taught to get it the fast way, like Biggie Small said, ski mask way, the fast way. I wasn't taught to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? Nah. I did that shit one time. I tricked off in Dubai. And I never done that shit again. I didn't like it. That shit left a bad taste in my mouth. Once and once only. That's all it took for me. Yeah. That's all it took for me, man. I mean, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. And P.S. by the way, check out the Love Can't Wait podcast on iTunes. Check it out. Salute, DMR. Yeah. Well, yeah. 3 things your mama forgot to tell you about women. Yes, sir. Yeah. Have you heard of the Mac Within book? Yeah, that's Tariq Nasheed book. I heard about it. It's a pretty good book. Hey, that's probably the most ripped off book that I know of. I'm serious. Let me tell you something. Like, people will rip, jack, stole everything out of that book and paraphrase it and put it in their book. I'll keep it 100, man. That's probably the most jacked book, ripped off book that I know of at this moment, day and time. Not the Mac within the art of Mackin. The art of Mackin. Yeah, that's probably the most. I'm telling you, boy. Them white dudes rip him off. Straight up. And they admitted to it. Some of these dudes admitted to it. The art of Mackin, they ripped him off, bro. Yeah, he wrote some good books, man. Yeah. This is before the Hidden Colors, films and all that stuff. He wrote some good books. I gotta give it to him. But, but boy, I tell you what, these dudes will rip you off. It's people that ripped me off on my book already. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how you know when you're gonna get ripped off. If your book is selling, they're gonna rip it off. I'm telling you. I remember, the first book I wrote, that was kind of like a test. It's like a test run, just to see if I could even get the book published. Because the first book I published because a woman told me you could do it. She told me how to do it. I wasn't even thinking like that at the time. I just had a bunch of I had documents, bunch of shit I used to write that was laying on the computer for years. For 3 years. I had a whole book basically just sitting on my computer at the time. This is like 10 years ago. 10, probably 15 years ago. I used to just write shit that I used to experience at the time. So it was sitting there, and this girl came over, and she opened the file and started reading the shit, and she said, "Hey, you need to publish this." I said, "Publish? How you do that shit?" I didn't even know. And then she said, "Yeah, you can do it." And she showed me where to do that and the whole process. And then I just did it, just to see if I could do it. I didn't even know how to promote it or anything. It sold a couple hundred copies or whatever. It was all good. That was like a test run to me. On the second book, Love Can't Wait, that's when people wanted me to publish the book. They were actually waiting for it. So I started writing like crazy. And I wasn't typing. I wrote that shit by hand. The second book, Love Can't Wait. I wrote it by hand. I didn't type nothing up at the time. Old school. I wrote that shit like 50,000 words. And I cut it back to maybe 40-something thousand words after the editing and all that stuff. Man, that shit flew off the shelf, bro. Once it got published and everything. That shit flew off the shelf. I don't know how. I stopped counting after 10,000. If I count the downloads and paperback, I don't know how much it is, But I know when I first published that shit flew off the shelf, bro. I was kind of surprised, to be honest. And then let me tell you when I knew it was selling, because I had people from these publishing companies call me and offer me a publishing deal, but it was a janky deal though. It was one of those deals where it didn't make any sense for me to sign over my publishing rights, because I was going to only get $1 for the book, and I wasn't trying to like travel and do no book tours and none of that shit at the time. I didn't want to do any of that, so it didn't really matter to me if the book got distributed all over the world or whatever, because I wasn't trying to travel and do all that stuff anyway. So I just kept my book rights to this day, and the book is still selling. It's the Love Can't Wait has sold more copies than my first and third book, hands down. And I knew they ripped it off because they came out with a poem book online. They stole the whole title. It's a poem book. If you go on Amazon right now, there's a poem book called Love Can't Wait. It's a book of poems, man. That's when I knew I said, yeah, they jacked the title. And then some other dude, somebody told me, somebody actually bought a book and he sent me the copy of somebody else's book. And I was reading the shit. And the guy that wrote it, some of the chapters, it's almost word for word what I wrote. So I was like, oh, he jacked me too. He just took pieces from this chapter and pieces from another chapter and pieces from this chapter. So they'll rob you. They'll rip you off, bro. If your shit is selling, they'll rip you off. Yeah, they remixed it. There you go. That's all. But if your shit is selling, they're going to rip you off. Somehow, some way. They don't jack the title, they'll jack the content. Either or. So I give you an example. Instead of saying hidden colors, they'll say hidden figures. Instead of saying hidden colors, they'll say hidden figures. I'm telling you, they're gonna rob you, man. They'll rip you off. That's part of the game, though. I wasn't like surprised when it happened. Because I've been online for a long time. So I know how it is. I know how it is out here. Yeah, that's my mom. My mom told me, my mom put me on a lot of this stuff when I was growing up, man. She put me on a lot of game, a lot of stuff. She told me when I was much older versus me being younger, which is why I wanted to do this video, But there's something that my mom didn't tell me. And this is something that my mom was very uncomfortable with. And that is, women love to smash. Yep. Women love to smash just as much as guys do. And this is something a lot of guys kind of have a hard time with, because a lot of dudes are kind of weird when it comes to having physical relations with women. A lot of dudes are kind of weird. A lot of guys will do one thing with one woman, and he might not care about her that much. She might be high, right? But the woman that they like, there's certain things he ain't gonna do with her. Now, I always thought that that's kind of weird. Why wouldn't you want to do as much as humanly possible with the woman that you do like and care about? That's kind of weird, man. You know, I've heard some guys say stuff like, "Well, I don't go down on my woman." I'm like, what? Ain't that your wife? Or your living girlfriend? Yeah. But I don't understand. But he'll go down on the side chick. This doesn't make no, this don't make no damn sense. Yeah, it is. You like that? Yeah, it don't make no sense, bro. It just don't make no sense, bro. It just don't. This is a backwards way of thinking. In my opinion. It's just it just makes things complicated when you go about things this way. It makes things way too complicated. And I don't know about you, but I don't need things to be more complicated than what it already is. Things were complicated when I came out of my mother's womb. I just want to live a simple life. I don't want to experiment no more. I did all my experiments when I was in the 20s. I'm at a point where I don't want to experiment. Today, I want to do what works. It's all about what works. It's all about results at the end of the day. That's it. I don't want to do no experiments. I done done it. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to bungee jump. I don't want to climb no mountains. I don't want to jump out no planes. I don't want to I don't even want to do a threesome. I don't want to do that either. I don't. I don't want nothing. I don't want to have no party. What? No adult parties. I don't want to have none of those either. I just want to live a simple life where I don't have to manage so many people all at one time. No, I done that in the 20s. That's not sustainable. No. I want things to be simple. I want low stress. I don't want to argue. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't even want to get violent. I don't even want to argue. Low stress. I just want to enjoy, have fun, relax, be productive. I want to do what works. I don't want to do nothing new. Now, learning something new, okay, yeah. But I don't want to physically do anything new. No. I want to use my mind. I don't want to be physical. No. you know? So that's mom forgot to tell me that. Women love to smash. They think about it all the time. It is very important to them too, by the way. Women leave, a woman will leave a guy if she ain't being satisfied. She'll leave the guy and the kids if she ain't being satisfied. I'm like, damn, you left the kids? Come on, you can't do that. It happens. Oh, mamacita, senorita. But hey, yeah, I got a little distracted there. But that's the first thing mom forgot to tell me, The second thing is you might, they say there's somebody for everybody, right? And I believe that. But that don't mean you're gonna meet them. That don't mean you're gonna meet them though. So there's somebody for everybody, but you might just not meet them in your lifetime. You might not meet that person that's Bonnie and Clyde. They got your back, you got their back. It's me against the world, like that. You might not meet that person. You might meet some people that's all right. They're cool. We chill out from time to time. That's it. So if it doesn't happen, you have to accept that. Everybody ain't gonna meet the soulmate. Oh no. Nobody gets a soulmate. You get somebody that's maybe you compatible with, or y'all get along. Y'all work it out. And it ain't about no love all the time either. Y'all just like being around each other. That's all. She respect you. You respect her. Maybe y'all partners in crime, or maybe y'all have kids together. Maybe y'all have a family together. That's it. I ain't got nothing to do with no love. It don't have to be. But y'all together, but y'all ain't really together, if you know what I mean. It's hard to find that. And that's okay. Everybody ain't gonna find that. That's just reality. That's just a reality. So you don't believe in going down on nobody. And I've heard that before. I've heard that from a bunch of guys. If a woman you just met asks you if you are a player, would you get offended? No. I've been asked that many times. That I would do on the street, I wouldn't do with a girl I was serious about because of my mental beliefs about respect. It's probably because of some fed up religious shit in my head from a kid. A lot of it has to do with religion, for sure. Oh yeah. Yeah, religion dominates how most people interact with women. For sure. Woo, man. Think about them priests. You don't think religion has these priests acting like that? Yeah, a lot of it. Even though it technically Catholic Church, they don't really practice religion, but just the idea of being involved with a woman based on the Bible dominates their way of thinking for sure. You know, but religion dominates how most people think, including me. You know, only difference between me and a lot of other people is I'm aware of it. That's all. I catch myself at times doing certain things, and I'd be like, "Oh, I got to put the brakes on." That's all. But a lot of times, man, and this is the last thing. A lot of times, and this is probably one of the biggest problems with relationships between men and women, is when you meet a woman, man or woman, you have to realize that that's not the person. That ain't really the person that they're representing. That's a representation of who they are. You got to give it time. You got to give it at least 6 to 12 months before the real person come out. Yeah, I'm telling you. See, a lot of people, when they meet somebody, it's kind of like they feel like they got to become a brand new person or act like somebody else for whatever reason. And maybe they don't think they're good enough. Maybe they've been trained that way, to behave that way, operate that way. But that ain't the real person. Within the first 3 months, for sure. That ain't who they are. By the time you hit that 6-month mark, if you still around them by the time y'all hit the 6-month mark, that's when you start meeting the real person. And by the time you hit that 12-month mark, that's when you'd be like, okay, is this the type of person that I would like to stick around and really do something with? That's when you know. That takes a year. Because see, after about a year, the sex start not being as good as it used to be. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying all, but the majority of people. That's when the sex started going downhill. For most people. Because a lot of people have so many hiccups and so many roadblocks about just having sex with another man or woman. A lot of people have so many insecurities. They got insecurities with their bodies. They got insecurities about what they packing. They got insecurities. The woman got all kind of insecurities. I'm not going to even go into that rabbit hole. You know, so it's insecurities on both sides. A lot of that has to do with it. You know, the woman feels uncomfortable with most of the time. The guy, he's insecure most of the time. So all of this is blocking the experience every time. So most people can't get past that before they even engage in any physical contact. You know, they can't get past that. And then they're being in denial about it too. They're like, oh, it's all right. You know. So it takes time to get to know people, man. Really. And the whole thing depending on how she was raised and where she's from and how she grew up. Especially when when it comes to these other groups of men and women. The game for them is to lie as much as possible, get away with as much as possible until you get caught. And then when you catch her in the lie, she'll justify why she had to lie. This is why it takes time to get to know a lot of these women, men and women. Everybody, most people are doing the same. The dude is doing the same thing the women is doing. The dude is trying to impress the woman, and the woman is trying to impress the dude. And both of them know what each other is doing. And once they keep going back and forth, after a while, it becomes a contest, like a competition. Who can outdo each other? Silly. So the guy, in essence, is being a woman. He's acting like a woman. That's how the woman is going to look at him. She ain't going to look at him as being a man. Because men, if you that dude, we don't do that shit. We ain't trying to impress no woman like that. You trying to impress a woman, you automatically put on the pedestal. We ain't trying to do that. We don't got time for all that. Now, so if you're doing that, she ain't gonna follow you. She ain't gonna believe you. She ain't gonna respect you. And respect is first, top of the list. Nothing is better than respect. Nothing comes before respect. If the woman respects you, everything else usually takes care of itself. That's how that goes down. So some Christian guys I know seem like the type of guys to sniff a chick's chair when she leaves the room. Oh yeah, there's a lot of butt kissing guys out here now, for sure. You smash the like button. Share the video. There's a lot of butt kissing guys out here, for sure. But those guys are very submissive, those Christian guys that go to church every Sunday. Most of them are basically, they threw in the towel, they're broken. So, they're always chasing behind women and saying, "Oh, you can't talk about women like that. Can't talk about women like that. That's a woman." They be on that nonsense. They act like you can't act like you blind. You can't see that that's a woman. And I be telling these dudes, I said, well, I don't tell them, but in my mind, I'd be like, she might look like a woman, but she ain't representing womanhood. There's a lot of butt kissing dudes out here, man. Those types of guys usually are not around me. They wouldn't get along with a guy like me. Because those type of guys want to be around guys that's just like them. It makes them feel comfortable and kiss butt. and they like being around guys that have this with similar beliefs. See, I'm the exact opposite of a Christian dude. I'm the exact opposite. They worship women. I don't worship anybody. That's I don't have no concept with that. That I mean, you have to done something for me to do something like that. But just worship you just because you a woman? No. No, that doesn't make any sense to me. That's something for nothing. Brother, the church is a breeding ground for sexual activities. Yeah, it can be if you want to take it there. Yeah, I'm taking calls. Call up. Yeah, call up. 800-315-8203. Go down. Yeah, the church and the club, it's pretty much running neck to neck. Really. This is why a lot of dudes go. Yo,
Hello?
yo,
For sure. Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk real quick about work. Got a little break. You mentioned how a lot of them guys go to church there. I guess you said they fell or broken.
Yeah, some of them are broken.
I think some of them were trained to be docile.
Yeah.
I think some of them weren't developed to be a man, meaning have a rite of passage that every man has.
Yeah.
You mentioned how your mom or your grandmother said time for you to make your own decisions and go out in the world,
Yep.
and do things on your own. A lot of brothers didn't have that. They had a mom or a grandma hold them so tight that it's like they're still attached to the umbilical cord. So they don't know how to climb that ladder to go up. It's like they're comfortable where they're at. So when it comes to a guy like you, they hate you because you're a representation of what they could be, but they really don't have the direction or the know-how to be that way. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, bro. Yeah, I realize that.
Like they hate you because they ain't you.
Yeah. Yeah, man. A lot of dudes, they didn't have parents like that. No one around to tell them, like, it's just a lot of times, man, we have bad role models growing up.
Yeah.
Even though your parents might have been good peoples, but they still weren't the best role models. You know what I mean when I say that?
Yes.
Yeah.
They had good intentions, but it was for all the wrong doing, as somebody told me,
Yeah. A lot of times
they stifled you too much.
Yeah. A lot of times our parents wanted to protect us.
Yes.
But it didn't benefit us what they were doing at the time. Because what happens when you leave the house and when you go out into the world, people don't see you like your parents do.
Yeah.
So when you get out there, you get a rude awakening. Some people get a rude awakening and a wake up call like, hey, I don't know who you are, I don't know where you came from, and I don't care.
Yeah.
and you gotta either you gonna stand or fall. That's really it, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right because I finished watching a show called Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
and to me, that represents life. I mean, the guy Ned Stark got his head cut off because he thought the people in the capital with the Iron Throne were going to be like where he came from, honest, integrity. Nope. In the real world, they were set him up, and his kids had to go through hell to adjust to life. You know what I mean? Without him, I was like, wow. But they went through it early, and they learned to adapt. What I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Yeah. It ain't, that's why they say there's no place like home. That's where that comes from.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks for calling, bro.
No problem, Sharp. Thank you for taking my call.
Later. What up, Walter? What's going down? Just smash the like button. And P.S. by the way, don't forget to check out the Love Can't Wait podcast on iTunes. I want more reviews, man. I got a lot of listeners, but I only got one review, man. I gotta get the reviews up, man. If I had just as many reviews as listeners, oh man. I'm just saying, man. Yeah, just do a search on Google, the Love Can't Wait podcast, and it'll pop up. iTunes will pop up for sure. That's how you find it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link in here real quick, and then I'm gonna bounce. I'm not gonna be on here. I didn't plan on being on here that long today. So. So yeah, that's the link right there. That's it, man. And this is why a lot of guys travel overseas. Not because it's easier or they couldn't get a girl over here. In some cases, it is easier for certain guys, but the environment is different. There's a language barrier. If you don't speak the language, that's a disadvantage. So it could be you might have communication problems. You're going into a new environment. You don't know anything. Very little. That's a disadvantage. There's a lot of disadvantages when you go into a new environment. So a lot of times when you go overseas, man, like when you take travel or take vacations and you meeting people, it's usually hit or miss. Usually hit or miss, really. But one thing I can say about traveling and going to a lot of different countries, it's easier to meet people. People are much more open to meeting people. That's one thing I can say. Here in America, people are not really open to meeting people. People are very cliquish here. If they don't know you, or if they don't know somebody to know you, they're not really open. And the older they get, the worse they tend to get, socially speaking. This is why a lot of people will say it's hard to make friends as they get older, because people have been beaten down so bad, and life is taken over and ruined a lot of people over here. So a lot of people get to a point where they're like, I don't want to meet no new people. What for? All of the people that I've met, they've had bad experiences with them, which has a lot to do with who they are as a person, but they don't see it that way. Because a lot of people don't want to take responsibility, or they'll be like, hey, there's nothing wrong with me. But you, as a person, always the common denominator. Because in this life, you get who you are. You very, very rarely get what you want. And if you do luck up and get what you want, it won't last. You'll find a way to get rid of it, or push the person away, lose all your money, etc. That's usually what it is. It all starts right here. Right here. This is where it all starts. If your mind ain't right, if your spirit ain't right, your relationships ain't never going to be right. So you can play all your games all you want. You can try to take all the shortcuts all you want. But you're going to have to keep starting all over again. I say this. Once you get your mind right, get your spirit right, you never have to start all over again. All you got to do is just keep building on what you have. That's it. Is it hard? Sometimes. Is it simple? Yeah. It's simple. Not hard all the time. The good news is you don't ever have to start all over again. Never have to start all over again. It has to be a lifestyle. It's like I talk about this in my book, Love Can't Wait. I changed the game. Instead of chasing everything, you're chasing women, you're chasing money, you're chasing success, you're chasing whatever floats your boat. Why not do this? I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave. Why not become so attractive until people can't resist? People can't miss you coming. They have to acknowledge you. They have to speak. They have to say something. They can't take their eyes off you. I learned this in direct sales 15 years ago. This is a business concept. I didn't learn this from dating women. I learned this. This is a business concept. So what I did is I learned the game, played the game, and I became the game. I became one of the best games in town. And that's how I became known in Charlotte, North Carolina. This is how I became this is how I got to know so many people within a short time frame, really. So I didn't have to chase nobody no more. I didn't have to chase women no more. I didn't have to I didn't have to approach women all the time. I mean, approaching is cool sometimes, but I didn't have to approach them all the time. I didn't have to worry about no rejection because people in direct sales, people would prospect me. So if a woman approached me, they would be trying to see what I'm about. They would be trying to see if she can coexist with me in my circle, in my environment. That's how I changed the game. I flipped the game. But that's what I did. And it's worked for me. It's worked for hundreds of people. Better. There's people that have read my book 5 to 10 times, sent me an email, their whole life changed upside down. And then there's other people that learned this at the same time that I learned this, how I was taught. And they're doing much better than me. They're traveling, they're doing what they want to do. They have, very little rejection, pushback. They look back and they be like, yo, the shit was all worth it. They had to do it all over again, they wouldn't change anything. And that's the same thing I said. The shit, I mean, I don't know about you, but I didn't have no more plan Bs. So whatever I was doing at the time, the shit had to work. When I was in direct sales, the shit had to work. I ain't had no more plan B. I ran through the plan B. And then the internet came about, which made me meet more people 10 times faster. And then YouTube came about. And now it's Instagram, which makes things even more easier now. And then it's Facebook. So I can chat with somebody online weeks, months, and one day get on the plane and go meet them. So I can chat with somebody online, do a FaceTime, say, hey, I'm coming over there next week. When I get there, they be waiting for me. Yo, it don't get no better than that. You couldn't do that 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago. Possibilities are endless. Possibilities are really endless. But the thing is, you have to have the skills. You have to be able to communicate. You have to use this. You have to use this technology that we have. The internet. You got Skype. You got YouTube. You got Instagram, and on and on and on. But if you don't know how to use it, you'll lose it. I had a wise man told me, the tool is only good as the user. So you can be trolling online all day long and get nowhere because you don't know how to communicate. You don't know what to say to get that woman aroused or get her interested in you. or shift her emotions. It's like you just know when you walk into, like, well, if you go to the store and a woman have an attitude, you don't know what to say to get her in a good mood. You don't got it ain't about changing her mind. I mean, if she's fucked up, she just fucked up. But you can, in that moment, there's certain things you can say to maybe make her laugh, get her to lighten up for a hot second. That's all I'm saying. Now, some people will say it's not what you say, it's how you say it sometimes. And that's true. All that's true. Yeah. All that shit is true, man. But, well, I tell you one thing. If you don't have the skills, you don't have the right mindset, and your spirit ain't right, you're gonna always have to start all over. And ask me how I know, because I've done it. I've had to start all over 3 times. Rock bottom, too. Rock bottom. But I had the skills to rebound, to build back up fairly quickly, really, you know. But hey, you don't have to go through all that. Because I did. And now I'm here telling you the game, giving you the game. And I wish somebody was around at the time when I was going through my trials and tribulations. But most of the time I was by myself. So I had to figure it out on my own. So hey, check out the podcast. Love Can't Wait on iTunes. Just go to Google and type in, search for the Love Can't Wait podcast. It'll pop up. Leave me a review on there. Any questions? Send me an email at renegademoney@gmail.com. What age when you finally sorted yourself out? I was 32. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.